let's go over all the games happened on Sunday night. One game got canceled, the Kings and the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, still due to contact tracing from Valanciunas, they do not have enough players to play, and they won't play until Friday maybe. The game between the Grizzlies and Bulls also got canceled. That game is on Wednesday, so if you own John Moran, that kind of sucks. But I'm pretty sure JJJ is gonna come back whenever they play next. He might be on a minute restriction to start off the season. Let's talk about the first game of the Raptors and the Indiana Pacers. The Raptors got the win. Kyle Lowry had a foot issue, so he was out. And Fred VanVleet and Norman Powell played pretty well, both of them. Fred VanVleet, 3 steals, 4 assists, 21 points a block. Pretty strong. While Norman Powell, 37 minutes. You can definitely stream Norman Powell, especially Kyle Lowry is out. And even when Kyle comes back, he's been playing pretty well lately, so he should be giving you decent points and some steals and some efficiency. Last year, he was shooting the ball so well, right? It was a weird night for him, 4 for 7 from the free throw line. But overall, you want to grab this guy for now and see what happens. Stanley Johnson, interestingly, played 31 minutes. Didn't really do much. You can forget about him. And OG continues. Got 5 steals here. I just don't know. He's averaging over 2 steals at the moment. And he scored 30 points here. I think it's a sell high for OG. First of all, I don't know if he can sustain the 2 steals per game. He's in Larry Nance Jr. territory, averaging almost 2.5. We'll see. Maybe he can average 2. 30 points is definitely not sustainable. So this is definitely a sell high moment for OG. He is currently ranked 33. So all the guys in the 30 to 40 range, you can try to, to trade. He might be a top 50 player because majority of his values mainly comes from his steal numbers. Everything else is maybe his low turnover, but nothing really that eye popping, right? So he's gonna give you 13, 14 points and 2 steals. Maybe he can give you 2 steals a game, but everything else is really he's a one category specialist. So if you can get like Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Kyle Lowry, all those guys in that range, even Malcolm Brogdon has fallen so far. He's already 29th. But all those guys, Fred VanVleet, all those guys should be better than OG. Chris Boucher only played 21 minutes, but he didn't enough damage in 21 minutes. Who did they play? They played the Pacers. Okay, so they got Sabonis. Maybe Boucher is not a good matchup for them. That's why he only gets the 21 minutes. But that's okay. 12.7 rebound, still in 2 blocks is still good enough. The main worry with him is just the minutes inconsistent, and against certain teams in the NBA, he is not gonna get majority of the minutes. Well, he's gonna get majority of the minutes, but he's not gonna get 30 minutes. He had 3 straight games with 20 and 10, and if you can sell him for a top 20 guy, which I doubt anybody is gonna do. Majority his 2 biggest categories is probably, I would say, blocks and turnovers. Everything else is just he's a mini Miles Turner, not this year's Miles Turner. Miles Turner from a couple years ago. And on the Pacers side, just huge minutes across the board. Miles Turner, Jesus Christ, this guy, he might just, if he averaged like 4 block shot a game, he's gonna be a first round. Don't trade him. like depend on your team build. I wouldn't even, if your team need those blocks, I wouldn't even trade him for a guy like a Curry or a Harden, right? Because his value, the block value he gives you, and the steal value he gives you is, it's insane. Maybe he can continue this, block 6 shots today. At what point the opposing team is gonna realize this guy is a monster at blocking shots? Let's maybe go away from him a little bit. We'll see. Just huge minutes across the board. Sabonis 1 for 10. Very, very interesting. I guess that's why they lost. 19 rebound fights. He's still gonna be fine. Justin Holiday, the minutes are there. 40 minutes, 5 for 14, 16 points. Yeah, you want to roster him just for some low end values because the minutes are so high. Malcolm Brogdon, 38 points. Yeah, he's falling off just a little bit. 5 for 22 here, 1 for 10. got you a steal. We keep an eye on his steal numbers. I think his steal numbers gonna go back to 1, average around 1. I think 5 assists. It's just a bad shooting night for him. While Doug McDermott, you can stream this guy for some points, threes, and some efficiency. While all those guys are out. And interesting, Lamb only played 20 minutes. TJ McConnell definitely grabbed this guy for steals and assists. His assist and steal numbers have been high in very limited minutes. Very interesting to see. And the next game is the OKC and the Lakers. Lakers got the win. OKC, Shea did his part. 23 points, 6 rebounds. And his defensive stats are really missing at the moment. Once those are come back on, maybe he'll be a top 30 or 35 value guy. Derrick Beasley, he had a okay, in his standards so far, he had a pretty okay game. He grabbed you 11 rebounds. Everything else, like if you don't need his blocks, he mainly give you some blocks and rebound. I'm okay with you moving on from him. Lou Dort, yeah, this guy not giving me enough value even in 35 minutes. And Isaiah Ruby, he played, again, he played pretty well here. A double-double and a steal, 3 assists. You can definitely stream this guy until Al Horford comes back. And this guy might be freed. As they keep losing, they're not going to play Al Horford and George Hill anymore. Nobody on the Thunder are really interesting at the moment. While on the Clippers side, Kawhi, yeah, he's a top 5 player in fantasy. So far, what is he? Let me see, what is Kawhi? Kawhi is the number 4 guy, and Cat is number 3, Kawhi is number 4. Kawhi is going to be the top 4, top 5 range. He's just too scary. And over the years, he has like added his assist over the years, right? So basically now there is no weakness in his fantasy game, right? Maybe not that many blocks, but that's still could give you like 0.5, 0.6 blocks easily, right? Everything else is just elite. This guy is a 9 category machine. And low, maybe a little bit turnovers, but just a beast in fantasy. While Paul George struggled, I think he had some hammy issues. 4 for 30 here, and he was never gonna shoot 50% from the field. And his steal numbers has been quite low this season. I'm a bit worried about Paul George. I think if you can sell him for a top first rounder, you do it now before every year he's gonna go through like a shooting slump. Just shoot like 20% on 16 attempts for a week, right? I mean, he had a pretty poor game here. If he had a poor week, maybe you can try buy low from him. But for now, I think you should try to sell him for a top first rounder. Batum, 35 minutes. Yeah, you can still roster this guy, giving you a little bit of everything. While Serge Ibaka had a monster game, only limited minutes, 7 for 8, 6 rebounds, 17 assists. Yeah, if he gets 25 minutes or 30 minutes every night, you can roster this guy. Well, Patrick Beverley got hurt, and I don't think anybody on this Clippers team gonna benefit really. Maybe Luke Kennard and Lou will get a little bit more minutes, but those guys not doing enough at the moment. Let's move on to the next game. The Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics destroyed the Cavs. What is going on? This game, the minutes distribution is just really weird because they were getting blown out, right? Like guys like Colin Sexton should definitely be playing 30 minutes every game. Only played 16 here. He also played horribly, and guys like Isaiah Okoro was minus 39. So if this is just a bad game, you can't just chalk it up and forget about it. Like Andre Drummond and Larry Nance Jr. played 17 minutes and 12 minutes each. Yeah, I wouldn't worry. Well, Jared Allen, because due to a blowout, Jared Allen played 26 minutes. Had an okay game, 12.7 rebound and a block. So you can just forget all the guys on the Cavaliers. They all had a bad game, and I think today they have a back-to-back, so they want to rest up. Just give up on this one early. While on the Celtics side, yeah, nobody really got high minutes. Kemba Walker has been shooting the ball pretty well. 7 for 12 here. 3 steals is nice, 21 points. Kemba should be a top 50, 60 guy moving forward, I believe. While Marcus Smart, 0 rebound, but 9 assists and 5 steals is scary. Marcus Smart this season, people were saying, people thought, hey, he might take another leap forward. He's gonna be like maybe top 40 guy, top 50 guy. He hasn't been that, right? Let me just check real quick. What is he in 9 category? What is his ranking? He's 78th. The problem with him is like he's averaging 1.8 steals. He should be averaging around 1.7, 1.8 steals, but that's his biggest value. Everything else, he give you some assists, maybe 5, but everything else is honestly negative. So his game is just he's not gonna be a huge scoring guy. He's always gonna be playing defense, getting some assists and a little bit of blocks for guard and low efficiency. That's just who he is. And Jaylen Brown, 20 minutes he took 20 shots, scored 33 points. Jaylen Brown has been a beast this season, and Tatum is still out. I will still try to sell high on Jaylen Brown. Trade him for a top 25, top 20 guy, right? I would trade him for guys like has been underperforming a bit. Like if Paul George had a couple of bad games, just try to make a trade for him, right? If Jason Tatum comes back, have a couple of bad games, you can try to trade for him. All those guys I would try to trade for. I just don't know if the shooting is gonna sustain, and it's not gonna. It's only been 15 games, which things can change quickly. I just don't think he's that good, and especially with Jason Tatum out. And Kemba Walker is still ramping up his minutes and his usage. Tristan Thompson, 22 minutes, he's meaning a rebounds guy. Daniel Theis has been playing quite well. You can take a look at him. 2 steals and 2 blocks here. Robert Williams, 15 minutes, 3 blocks. If you need some blocks, you can grab this guy. Let's go on to the next team. Charlotte Hornets got the win. Beat the Orlando Magic. Gordon Hayward had another huge game, 39 minutes. Yeah, I think it's a sell high. Sell him for Jimmy Butler. Sell him for who's been underperforming. Sell him for Christian Wood. I just don't know if he's gonna be this good all season. Playing high minutes still. He should be averaging like 22, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 rebounds or 5 assists pretty comfortably. But I just don't know this level of shooting is gonna continue. And weirdly, he shot pretty poorly from the free throw line. But overall, Gordon Hayward has been he's it's not a breakout year because he's an old veteran, but he's been playing so well. Once he left the Celtics, PJ Washington, 31 minutes. Just the defensive stats is really scary. 3 steals and 2 blocks again, 9 points. This guy mainly his value comes from those defensive stats. If those defensive stats are gone, he doesn't really provide much value. But he's been having a really good year. Biyombo, you can grab him for his rebound. Devontae Graham, just 15, 3 threes, 6 assists. Another Devontae Graham game. While Terry Rozier 2 for 10. Shot the ball horribly. He's being a top 50 player. I think he's gonna fall off. Right? I didn't really talk about Terry Rozier that much. He should be a sell high, right? Don't think this is gonna continue. This level of shooting and this level of steal numbers, he's being average high steal numbers. While LaMelo Ball, good to see him getting 27, 28 minutes. 11 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds is good enough. Once this guy gets 30, he'll be really, really scary. He will give you a triple-double left and right, and steal and blocks. Miles Bridges also had a huge game, 8 for 11. But on most nights he's not doing much. For Orlando Magic, Vucevic, he's been struggling shooting the basketball. Took another 22 shots here. His usage has been insane, right? He should be a top 15 guy moving forward. 13 rebounds, 4 assists. Nothing else to see here. While Evan Fournier had another great game, 7 for 16. What is going on with his free throw? 4 for 7 again. Don't know what's going on. 21 points, 6 assists, 1 steal. Cole Anthony also had a great game, 6 for 13. But this game is, they did play the Charlotte Hornets. So even though it's a low-scoring game, I just don't know. But you can't obviously roster him and see what happens. He played over 30 minutes. He's gonna get a lot of opportunity. He's gonna have a lot of rough nights as well. So if your team is doing well and you just need an all-around nice guard, you can obviously grab him. And Terrence Ross, 30 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Ross lately. His usage has been down coming off the bench. And Aaron Gordon didn't even play this game. So I'm a little bit worried about Terrence Ross' production. You still obviously hold on to him. Let's go to the next game, the Washington Wizards and then San Antonio Spurs. The Wizards, their first game since forever. They missed 5-6 games straight. Bradley Beal took 29. I honestly think Bradley Beal should be looked at as like a top 7 guy. He missed a couple games and he's the number one usage guy in the league. He has all the green lights. He took 29 shots here, along with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook should also have such high usage. So if those guys just don't destroy you in turnover and field goal department, those guys should really give you a lot of value. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, no defensive stats, but 29 shots. Oh man, only 32 minutes too. Isaiah Bonga somehow played 32 minutes. Robin Lopez, you don't worry about him. Robin Lopez, he's definitely worth taking a look. With the injury of Thomas Bryant, but as a center on the Wizards, you're probably not going to get a lot of rebounds because Westbrook is there. 8 points, 7 rebounds. It's still, you can't stream him for sure. While Russell Westbrook played 25 minutes, he's on a minutes restriction. Still shot the ball horribly from the free throw line, 4 turnovers. But the counting stats, they're there. So if he can play 37 minutes, he should comfortably give you a 10 rebound, 10 assists. As a guard, those are pretty huge numbers, but the efficiency is going to suck. Maybe at some point, I think he should turn around. Honestly, he's been shooting 38%. At some point, it's going to turn around. You just have to be patient, I think. Alex Len, right off the bat, played 20 minutes, but he's just not worth it. Worth streaming at the moment. Not getting huge enough minutes. On the Spurs, they got the easy win over the Wizards. The Wizards got to start winning some games. LaMarcus Aldridge, again, okay game. He's not the top 50 guy like he was even last year, but he's giving you good enough value at the moment, so you still roster him. What else can you do? You can't really trade. Nobody's gonna want him. 2 blocks is nice, 15 points. Keldon Johnson, he's falling off a bit since the really hot start. I still view him as a top 60 guy, I think. 13 points, so maybe you can try to buy low. The minutes are low across the board because it's due to a blowout. DeRozan, again, pretty good game. Only 9 points, but 8 assists and still is nice. And 3 rebounds. And Lonnie Walker just getting the huge minutes and not doing enough. Got 3 steals here, but most nights he's not going to be any steals. DeJounte Murray had an ankle injury and he just came right back. Did he miss a game? Maybe he missed 1 game. Just crazy. A triple-double, 1 steal. DeJounte Murray has been playing really well. And eventually White is going to return. Maybe in a month or so. And I don't think White is going to, eat into any of DeJounte's production. And Jacob Poeltl played 22 minutes. This guy meaning give you some good field goal. Took 4 shots, 6 rebounds, meaning give you blocks and some rebound and a good field goal. Nobody else is that interesting. Their rookie Devin Vassell played 24 minutes, 14 points. This guy is a pretty good steals guy. So if you need some steals, you can grab him. You can stream him. The next game is the Atlanta Hawks in Milwaukee. Atlanta Hawks, they were without Trae Young. It's a back spasm. He should be back next game. DeAndre Hunter just has been huge. I want to say DeAndre Hunter is actually good. I just think just trying to sell high on this guy. Majority of his value is from his high efficiency. And once those efficiencies fall, he's like a Seth Curry. And then after this game, let's just check his ranking real quick. In 9 category standard leagues, he's 51 at the moment. So I don't think he'd be a 50. Like if you can trade him for a Mike Conley, who's also in that range, right? If you can trade him with DeJounte Murray, I doubt anybody is gonna do that. But Jesus Christ, he's been so good this season, averaging 17 points, 6 rebounds, on 51% shooting. He's a sell. I think he's a sell high to me. Majority, maybe he can average 15 points, but I just don't know he can shoot 51%. It's 87% from the line. I just don't know. He's having a kind of like what's his name on the Milwaukee Bucks? just scroll down. Like Chris Middleton season, just incredible efficiency, right? I think it's gonna fall off at some point. What is this guy? I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong, but he's the starting center. I don't know. He played 15 minutes and 1 steal and 3 blocks. It's just scary. But Capella should be back very soon. While Rondo played 30 minutes, Rondo give you those assists. If he gets minutes, he give you assists, but nothing else. Kevin Huerter played 30 minutes, did nothing really. 2 steals is nice. John Collins, went off ESL high. All the Atlanta Hawks guys, I just think whenever one of the guys have a huge game, just to sell high. Too many guys gotta eat, right? Gallinari only played 5 minutes, right? On some nights I think he should play a lot of minutes, and Bogdanovic is still out. Too many guys, and Cam Reddish played 20 minutes. 1 for 8 had a pretty horrible game, but all those guys, the usage is gonna go around, I think. And some nights maybe Hunter gonna attempt 20 shots, and some nights maybe Gallinari will attempt 16, 17 shots. Right, so anytime, in my opinion, if you can sell one of the Atlanta Hawks guys, I would do it. And on the Milwaukee Bucks, they got the easy win. Giannis just really strong, 27. The defensive stats, are missing. I don't recall him having like a 3 steal, 3 block games in a while. We'll see. While Chris Middleton continued his hot shooting, 9 for 16, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. And like I said, he's not gonna be a 25 scoring guy. He's gonna be 18, 19 points, give you some assists and rebound, good efficiency. And Dante DiVincenzo, if his steals are not there, you can honestly drop him, right? But no steal this game, but he still should come back. While Jrue Holiday's steal rate has fallen quite a bit, only 1 steal here. We'll see. He might just have another 5 steals game, right? So all those guys, it just depend on how many 5 or 4 steals game, how many explosion, how many games that they explode, getting 4 or 5 steals, right? In a lot of teams and versus a lot of teams, you're not gonna just have that opportunity getting 5 steals. It's against the bad teams, they get an opportunity to just feast, get 5, 6 steals, and we'll see. Jrue Holiday can average 2 steals. His steal numbers it's got to come down a bit. Let's see. Jrue Holiday is averaging. Oh yeah, it's already. Oh, he's still averaging 1.9. Sorry. Well, we'll see if he can average. But majority of his value this season is just averaging 16 points. I mean, that's okay. 5 assists, that's okay. 4 rebound, that's okay. But just the steal numbers. Just don't think this is gonna sustain averaging 2. Maybe it will on the Bucks. All he does is gonna focus on defense. If I had to bet, I wouldn't bet. I would bet under for sure. And Bobby Portis, 21 points here. Rebound and points. You can stream this guy. And the last game of the night is our New York Knicks, and they lost a close one to the Portland Trailblazers. A lot of interesting things going on for the Knicks. Julius Randle obviously strong, but his efficiency this week has been pretty bad. 7 for 18 here, but what is going on with his free throw? 10 for 11. I'm still want to sell high on this guy. I think last game he also went 9 for 10. He's not a good free throw shooter. I don't think 7.5. It's just every other number, all the other numbers is really, really strong. Mitchell Robinson played 25 minutes. No blocks here, so he'll be better than this. While R.J. Barrett only played 20 minutes. I don't know what's going. It's pretty late. I went to bed pretty early. Don't know why R.J. Barrett played 22 minutes and Elfrid Payton played 24. Austin Rivers played 28 and Emmanuel Quickley played 20. And Alec Burks played 27 minutes. The rotation, this is really interesting, this game. Anybody in foul trouble? Julius Randle was the only one in foul trouble. Emmanuel Quickley obviously went off 31 minutes, but he's just likely to just go to, he's gonna come off the bench, but he's probably just gonna play 15 minutes and don't do anything then the very next game, right? And Alec Burks, decent game, huge efficiency, it looks pretty good, 18 points and 3 steals, but he only shot the ball 9 times, right? While Emmanuel Quickley shot 18 times. If they're gonna play Burks and Quickley coming off the bench together, Quickley's usage, he's gonna eat into Burks' usage. So you still hold on to Burks, but just see what happens. RJ played 22 minutes. If RJ plays 20, if he played 30 minutes, you don't want to roster him. You only roster him if he play 38 minutes a night. But just a weird night from the Knicks, and they play the Trailblazers, who's not I don't think is a good defensive team. So this game is just very interesting. While Enes Kanter on the Blazers side only played 23 minutes but give you 8. This guy does enough damage in just 23-25 minutes, and if he ever gets up to 30, he's gonna easily average a triple double, I believe. Really good rebound guy, really good offensive rebound guy, and good efficiency. Only took 5 shots here. Robert Covington still struggled. What's his ranking this season? But you do not ever want to drop him. You do not drop Robert Covington, right? He's a 151st ranked player, but his defensive upside is so high that you just don't drop him ever, I think. If he's getting the 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, you don't drop him. You can try to buy low on him, throw him your worst player, but you don't drop him. Ronnie Hood started okay minutes. If you need some points and threes, you can trade him. Damian Lillard, he's gonna be a top 5 guy going forward, at least in the next month or so without CJ McCollum. So if you can get him if you trade away your Embiid to get him, I would absolutely do it. Derrick Jones Jr., he mainly give you defense. He didn't really give you any here. While Carmelo Anthony had a pretty horrible game. They got the win though. Carmelo's defensive stats are there. 1 steal and 2 blocks. But Blazers got to pick up some wins before it's too late. Western Conference is pretty stacked. And that's all the games on Sunday night. See you guys later.